Well, that's us back from a lovely weekend in the lakes. Overnight stay, I should say. Don't go to the South Lakes that much. You know, you always tend to stick to the North Lakes. And it was the little village we were in was really pretty. And so much to do. There's like little gift shops. Obviously, there was Simon's restaurant. There's 5 pubs. You know, I mean, if we were staying for 2 days, we would have probably hung around and had some food. But the 15-course menu was a bit intense. Like, I had to give Ian some of my food. My tummy's not what it used to be. But I tasted everything, so that was the main thing. And everything was absolutely unbelievable. But it was lovely. I guess the reason why I wanted to just come on and chat is sharing experiences on social media. You know, some people, I've been completely open and honest from the minute I got cancer. I didn't post it in the very early days when I was first in hospital, specifically because I didn't know what the situation was, and I hadn't talked to my family. And I guess, like, in talking to my family, my brother's quite, he doesn't really put much on social media, you know, he's quite a reserved guy, and so's his wife. And I wanted to talk to them first, so I asked him that, like, you know, my preference would be to share my experience in the hope that, like, if it gave anybody else some comfort or insight, or, you know, because when you get diagnosed, you know nothing. And they don't give you lots and lots of information, you know, and they give you leaflets, but they don't explain what's in the leaflets. I was absolutely thankful that I found, and it's the only 2 sites I'll go on for cancer. I won't join any others. Is a bowel cancer Facebook group, and then through that one, I posted in that one, does anybody else have this BRAF mutation? And then I found another group. Somebody said here's the link to us BRAFers. It's called Breaking BRAF, which I thought was quite cool. And there's only about maybe more now, but when I joined, I think there's about 500 people in that one. There's thousands in the bowel one, Bowel Cancer UK, Bowel Matters. Can't remember the name. I'm useless with names. But anyways, it's run by a fantastic group of people who've got excellent insights, and are really involved and share knowledge, you know. So I learnt so much about what to ask Professor Chow about the BRAF and treatments. And you get to speak to people in a similar or same situation as you, which is, I think as anybody who has cancer will know, that when you can talk to somebody that you know is in the same situation, it's not like, oh yes, I found someone that has, you know, has got the same diagnosis as me. It's not that, it's comfort. And it's also a sharing the experiences and saying, oh, have you asked your oncologist this? And you can get so much information. So, you know, from day one I wanted to share, but I also wanted to check with my family. Now, my mum doesn't really understand, you know, how Facebook works and stuff, and but she understands why I do it, and she's fully supportive of it, as was my brother. Because I said to him, I don't want to embarrass you. And he was like, you could never embarrass us. And he said, look, Molly, if you're sharing something and that helps one other person, then to me that's great. And you know, I've had lots and lots of people reach out to me that's got cancer, different types of cancer. Some people that I know from back in Carlisle, some people from Newcastle. Sorry, there was a fly. Some people from Newcastle. Some people from, you know, people that I know, that I've known for years. And they message me and you know, they're some of them are quite private about their journey, which is their choice. But they've said that, you know, just talking to somebody else and watching my posts really helps them, and helps them be a bit more positive and just to know that you've got someone that's, you know, in a similar situation, and we're all at different levels and we all have different cancers. But like I say, it's so good. And these 2 sites that I've been on, I always if I ever read anything else off the internet, I'll go to them and sense check and say, is this fake news or is it real? Because you never know what is fake news. And, you know, the admin team will tell you and guide you, or, you know, if, like, I get confused sometimes about my MSI and MSS, and they'll correct you in such a gentle way and keep you on track, which is great because you can't remember everything. So I think sharing, that's what it's for. You know, that's why people do it. They don't do it for any self gratification, and they don't do it, you know, to say look at me, and they don't do it for sympathy. You know, that's not why anyone does it. In my opinion, they do it because if it helps someone, whether it's one person, 100 people, or 1,000 people, then that's great. So I guess. So that's why I share it, and I've not had any negative comments on my page or on any of my posts. They've always been supportive, or they've always been, oh, thanks for sharing that, I didn't know that, you know, because if there's stuff that I can take back from the groups that I know that I'm in that's true, I'll often share some snippets of that. So it's all been positive. But I guess there's always an opportunity for somebody to be negative, and I don't understand it, if I'm honest with you. So, you know, we've had some negativity from somewhere. That's obviously it's somebody that follows my page, and I just think, well, actually, I don't think. I guess my message is that, like, if you're going to go and gossip and cause trouble over somebody sharing their cancer journey that's dealing with it daily, and that lives with the realisation that, you know, every operation they have adds a few months onto their life, or 12 months onto their life, because that's the reality that me and my husband are living in. You know, every operation gives me extra time, and we don't know how long that time is. And for somebody to choose to take that and gossip about it to cause friction, I think it's pretty despicable. And I kind of had thought about blocking them, but then I thought, what if they or one of their family get cancer, and I'd be just reducing myself to their level by blocking them. So they can stay on the page. If they watch this, they'll probably know who they are. And I guess just my ask is, like, just stop. Just stop and think what you're doing. Think what you're doing. You know, gossiping and portraying something that I'm doing for the right reason in the wrong way. Just stop and think what you're doing. And if you can live with yourself, then crack on, carry on. You know, but I think it's despicable. You know, I think it's despicable. Like, you know, Ian and I have to live with, and my family have to live with that realisation. And Ian has to live with the fact that he could lose his wife any year, any moment. So to gossip and turn what I do into something negative, or making out as if I do it for attention, or whatever malicious comment you've made, just give your head a shake and stop. What's wrong with your life that you have to do that? I think it's awful. I really do. So, yeah. So just to be clear, the reason I share this is to help other people. And by sharing these videos, my Facebook has turned me into a creator. Didn't ask them to, they have. And that means that I will make money, I don't know how much, but all of that money will go to either the charity page that I'm part of that's helped me so much, or the Royal Marsden. So again, no one's doing this for fame, fortune, or attention. This is to help others. So turning it into a nice little gossipy piece for yourself, it's disgraceful. So I'm respectfully asking you to stop, because I'm not going to stop. Okay, have a nice day, lovelies. See you later, bye.